Well, so after basically talking to myself for 13 minutes, I've realised that there's a little button on my mic here. I've had it pressed in, so I've been talking to myself for a total of 13 minutes now, and I've just noticed that there's actually no sound coming through the stream. So anyone that's tuned in, and I'm sat there talking away, I am trying to talk to the viewers, but yeah, I've had this button pressed in for God knows what reason. But yeah, we'll go back over what I've just been talking about for the last 13 minutes. So as you can tell, Trippier, he's signing for Newcastle United. We're just waiting for the confirmation from the club. I mean, he left his hotel room way over about 2 hours ago now. I think we'll see him be announced around 3-4 o'clock today. Massive signing for us. Big improvement at right back. I mean, it's huge. It is. It's huge for us. We're going to go into a few more transfers that I'm seeing on Twitter, because I have got Twitter open on this monitor just here. We're just going to go for a few, just talk a bit of gibberish. Anyone wants to tune in, get on the call with us, feel free. I'll drop you a link. We'll talk about some transfers and things. We'll get you on the show. But yeah, first and foremost, Anthony Martial. I've just seen him come up. He's linked with the club. He's been linked with the club since probably about just after Christmas in December. For me, Anthony Martial, I'd take him. If Wilson's going to be out for the 6 weeks that they're saying, if I'm totally honest, if he's getting further scans this week, I don't think Wilson will be come back after 6 weeks. I think it'll be longer. I think Wilson will be out for a good few months, which is sad. I don't want it to happen, but I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think Wilson's going to be coming back for a good time now. I think his injury is going to be a bit extreme. So yeah, Anthony Martial, bring him in. I think by far he needs to be played at striker. He's not a winger. Anthony Martial is a striker, in my opinion. Could revive his career under Eddie Howe. I'm sure of it. We've had a few sort of, in my last video, I spoke about players leaving the club. We didn't say that because obviously I had that stupid thing where it didn't capture my voice. So yeah, I'll go over them again. Obviously, players that I'd love to probably see leave the club. Players that I would love to see, I mean, just move on just because they're just another wage on the wage bill. They're not going to get game time if we're going to sign these kind of players. So, yeah, for me, I'll go straight from the top to the bottom. Dwight Gale. I'd move Dwight Gale on. I know a lot of people favour Gale, and they think that, I mean, I've heard Eddie Howe say that he likes him, but why is he not playing him? Why is he not playing Dwight Gale? There's clearly something wrong there. For me, I think Gale's 30 now. No, he's older than that. He's 32. Dwight Gale's 32. I would move Gale on. Definite for me. Move Dwight Gale on. We'll get another striker in. For now, just don't think, just send Gale out. Just sell him. Take him off the wages. We don't need him at the club, sadly. For me, that's a definite sell. KIERAN Clark as well, another player that I think we should look to move on. A lot of Newcastle fans will probably agree with this. Clark he isn't as good as he needs to be for us, sadly. He's been with us quite a few years now. So yeah, KIERAN Clark is a definite. I would move him on now. I just don't think it's worth keeping Clark at the club anymore. Right. So KIERAN Clark, another one would move on. Carl Darlow, if I'm totally honest, I'd move Darlow on. I just don't think he's going to feature at all for us. He's getting paid an all right wage as well. Move him on, get him a loan deal or something like that. Move him out for now. I think we need someone to come into the club that can really compete for Martin Dubravka's position. Because if I'm honest, Dubravka really doesn't have any competition. When we lost Dubravka through his injury, we were lost. We were really, really lost without Dubravka. So I would look to move Darlow on. Even if it's on a loan, just move him on for the time being. I'd bring, for instance, Dean Henderson. He's been linked with us in the past. I'd bring Dean Henderson in because I think he could really compete with Dubravka and try and push for a first team spot. If not, play him in front of Dubravka and they both fight for a spot each. I mean, that in itself would be massive for us. I think we really need a high contender for a goalkeeper. Sean Longstaff, obviously Everton's just bid in for him. I think it was something stupid though. I think it was like £5 million. Back in the day when Longstaff had a really successful season for us, we could have sold him for upwards of 50 million to Manchester United. So Sean Longstaff, I'd probably move him on. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near the player that he used to be when he had that really good season for us. I mean, would snatch Manchester United's hand off for 50 million now. That's a definite, in my opinion. So yeah, probably Sean Longstaff, I'd probably move on as well. Freddie Woodman, I think Freddie, I just don't think he's going to break into the first team. I don't think he's ever going to break into the first team, if I'm honest. As much as I've really had high hopes for Freddie Woodman, I wouldn't even loan him out anymore. I think Freddie's going to go. He's a sell for me. I'm sorry, but Freddie Woodman, yeah, he's a sell for me. Jeff Hendrick, another one. I'd move him on. I'm not even going to go into detail why, other than he hasn't really played. I don't think he'll ever play. Move him on. Another wage that we don't need to be paying. Move Jeff Hendrick on, definitely. Mark Gillespie. Where is he? That's all I can say. Where is he? I think I've seen him feature once or twice. Gillespie, I'm sorry, but I'd look to sell you. That's like 3 of the 4 keepers that we have at the club. Mark Gillespie, I'm sorry, but you'd be another one on the list. Dean Henderson, I'd bring him in, put him fighting alongside of Dubravka. I think by far it would be a really good signing to get Dean Henderson in, if I'm totally honest. Also, another thing is start developing the youngsters in the first team. We've seen the likes of Elliot Anderson. We've seen the likes of Joe White. These are young and up-and-coming like youngsters, if I'm honest. I think these two are by far the most young players to watch for us. We need to keep eyes on them too and get them the right players in that club. But obviously, for now, it's getting the foundations right and building boundaries. We need to really look at building them boundaries and setting things right. We can't afford to make mistakes anymore with signings. Obviously, love Joe Linton a bit. We've seen what he's like now. He's a midfielder. I mean, he was bought as a striker. They paid £40 million for this striker. For me, Joe Linton, I wouldn't sell him. I mean, if he's going to be a really, really good centre midfielder, Joe Linton, keep him. Obviously, play him in the midfield alongside of whoever you're going to bring in. Because for me, Willock, I think he's going through a bad patch at the minute. He needs to find that form again. So you're going to have the likes of Willock. You're going to have the likes of Isaac Hayden. You're going to have the likes of Shelby. Matty Longstaff, another player. He's just come back from Aberdeen. He couldn't even break an Aberdeen squad. I don't think he's going to make it. So I'd sell him as well. Matty. I'd sell the 2 Longstaffs. I'd be totally honest. I'm being rational. But I think you just move them 2 on. Right, back in the signings, we've had enough about telling who I'd sell personally. Back in the signings, we've made an approach for, I'm presuming, Fiorentina's striker, young lad, Vahalovic, I think it's pronounced. They reckon it's around £70 million. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of money for one player. I know we're the richest club in the world, for God's sake, but is it right to do it now? I mean, I know he's scoring a lot of goals in Serie A, but I would be very wary with that transfer. I really would. Obviously, Digney from Everton. If we can convince him to come, I don't think he's going to want to come if he really wants a London move. It might just be media speculation about that. Digney, for me, I'd sign him. I mean, he'd be solid at left back for us. Digney is a definite for me. If we can convince him, tell him he's going to get a bit more money. I'd be happy with that. Another one, Diego Carlos. Obviously, I've just seen he was linked. £25 million bid was apparently put in from us for Diego. He's better than what we've got. He's at Sevilla, and I'm assuming I've seen videos of what he's like defending. Diego Carlos, I would take him, but apparently the bid's being rejected for 25 million. It's looking around 40 million. I mean, if we're looking at if the rumors are true about that striker and we're looking to spend 70 million on that striker, Diego Carlos, pay the 40 million, bring him in. I think he'd be world class for us. I wouldn't, if I'm totally honest, I wouldn't go and buy a new 5 at the back sort of players. By 5 at the back, I mean goalkeeper. Obviously, we've got getting Trippier right back. That's a definite for me. Right back it's needed fixed for a long time. Same with left back. It's needed fixed for a long time. We can't afford to keep playing Matt Ritchie at left back. I'm happy Eddie Howe's managed to actually look at these things and know that they're the 2 areas that we really need to improve. Right back and left back. The wing backs are always an area we need to improve for years. If I'm totally honest, since Debussy and Janmat left the club, we've really had an issue right back. So yeah, I'm happy to see the wing backs are getting sorted. Centre back, another one. Definitely need a centre back. We haven't signed a half decent centre back in years. I mean, it must have been a good few seasons ago we signed a half decent centre back. Also midfield, obviously we've seen Aaron Ramsey's been linked with the club. Honestly, Aaron Ramsey, as long as he can stay fit and his wages on extreme and his demands on stupid, I'd bring Ramsey in. But I'm very reluctant because of his injuries in the past. That's the only sad thing with Ramsey. So yeah, if we can get Ramsey in, that would be great. Anyone else that we can look at? Where we are on the stream. We'll have a little refresh of Twitter and see if there's any more news. I'm hoping Trippier will get announced very soon. Don't see much. No. No, I don't really see much that's worth commenting on. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on what I'd like to see. Another one, actually, right wing. I would bring a right winger in. Obviously, we've been linked with Ousmane Dembele. For me, Ousmane Dembele, I wouldn't sign him. As much as he's an absolute pace demon and he's fast and all these other things, he's Barcelona's player, I wouldn't sign him under the regards of injuries. At Barcelona, he's had a lot of injuries, and they're not just like little knocks on here, like big length of time injuries. It's like broken legs and things like that. It's too much of a risk for me. I may as well mention as well, don't forget, check out the stream sponsor. It isn't StreamYard. StreamYard up here. This is just a program I'm using at the moment, just to use on the live streams. StreamYard's a very good software to use, though. You get a free version with it. What else was it? Yeah, sorry. StreamYard's not the sponsor. The sponsor is Tickly T-Rex, Bespokeable Gifts. Do check them out. They offer a wide range of bespoke gifts. They do mugs, personalised air fresheners, a lot of things like that. I am, obviously, one of the owners of the business, So yes, it is a bit more of a sponsor sort of thing. But yeah, we have sponsored this video, so do feel free to check out the business. It will be in the link down below. You can get anything personalized you want, really. Just message us on Facebook and we'll have a look what you need. We are trying to work with a lot of different corporations and get things out there. But yeah, anything you need, any merchandise, anything like that, links down there. Check it out. Next one, we've got who's this guy? Vom Red. Sorry, I don't quite understand what you mean, my friend, by Vom Red. But yeah. Next we have got. I'm just having a look through Twitter, see what's been said. Don't think anything more has been really said for Newcastle at the moment. We'll have a quick look. Oh, Sven Botterman. He was a guy that's been linked with us for some time. Do I not think it's going to happen? Personally, if we can afford to spend 30 million on Diego Carlos, we can afford to spend 40 million on Sven Botman. He's 21, Sven Botman. If they can get both of them, that in itself's a bit. It's crazy. I would love that. It'd be exciting if we could get that. Imagine the back four of those, though. You're going to have Trippier, you're going to have Digney, you're going to have Botman, you're going to have Diego Carlos, mate. That's like a full new back line. That's like incredible. I did say not to go for one, but that's incredible. Also, Aubameyang was linked a while ago now. Aubameyang. I would take Aubameyang just because where he's playing at Arsenal in that right-hand side or left-hand side, wherever he plays for Arsenal, he's not a winger. I don't understand how players can be signed as strikers and go and end up playing as wingers. He's not a winger. He's a striker. You've seen him at Dortmund. When Aubameyang was at Dortmund, he was absolutely he was banging goals in with Dortmund. I know it's a different league. You can quote us on everything and say it's a different league and things like that. But for me, Aubameyang's a striker, and Aubameyang really would do a job at us. I think Eddie Howe would make Aubameyang something special again. I think everyone would probably want Aubameyang again. I know he's a bit older now. I think he's like 30, 31, 32 or something like that, Aubameyang. If you can get him on loan with an option of buying, don't have to physically buy him, just an option there, then why not invest in Aubameyang? What else we're looking at here? Apparently, according to another source, we had made an inquiry for Todd Cantwell from Norwich. He's a young lad. He's a winger. I would probably take him. At the moment, I'm saying I would take anything because it's true. I think any Newcastle fan would take anything at the moment. Anything better than what we've got. It's going to be interesting. I won't lie. But yeah, we can't wait to see what happens at the end of this, because it's going to be massive for us. Obviously, the main thing is we will have to look at the main person that today's video has always been about. So yeah, we're going to have a look at this one here. I'm going to show you the screen. Here we go. There he is. Kieran Trippier. It's not been announced. This has not been announced. But Trippier will hopefully be announced by the end of today. Look at this graph, though. This graph's incredible. Look at that. It just makes you laugh every time you look at it. it really, really does make you laugh every time you look at it. How's it going, Jason? Yes, indeed, up the mags. We're going to be interesting by the end of this window. I'm so excited to see how the squad looks by the end of this transfer window. Honestly, it'll be interesting. Honestly, I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to see how our squad looks by the end of this window. So yeah. Anyone else would like to mention in the chat? Because I'm looking for questions. Yeah, man, totally agree. Can't see what we're looking like in February. I really kind of wait to see what we look like in February. I mean, I think we'll have a more clear picture in the next 2 weeks. I mean, the next 2 weeks is going to be huge for us. We're going to look like a completely different squad. And the fact that we've got owners that care, it amazes me every day. It really does. Newcastle are going to be just something we've begged for years. We are going to be back to the Alan Shearer days. I mean, I wouldn't say it's going to be next season. I mean, that's just a huge ask. I think the next 2 years, you're going to see Newcastle United are just going to be something else. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting transfer window. We're going to we'll have a stream like this again when it comes to talking about deadline day and things like that. We'll definitely have a deadline day stream up. We're going to hopefully get a few more players. We're going to get a few more people on the stream, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, we're going to leave it at that. We've tried to go a few things. Try and go a few things. Jason, once again, top 10 next year if we stay up for sure. I mean, top 10 easily next year if we stay up. I've already said that mid-table next season if we stay up is a definite ask from us. We shouldn't be looking to battle relegation. I know it's a huge, huge ask considering what we've been in under Mike Ashley and things, but there's more things to look forward to when it comes to this club. There's a lot more things to look forward to. I mean, us, Eddie Howe really needs to say it in new signings is think about being in a stadium, chocker, 52,000 fans in it. I mean, that in itself should sell itself out. 52,000 fans, always full. St. James's Park is always going to be full. I mean, if you haven't got a season ticket already, go and get one. I mean, you might not even be able to get one now. It's going to be back in the days. There is going to be. It's going to be like back in the day where we really like when there was a waiting list. What I take Aubameyang. I spoke about this before. For me, Aubameyang, yes, I would take him. The only issue with Aubameyang is he is going on the African international break. So I think he'll go away for like 6 weeks or something like that. So that's a bit worrying. But if you can get someone like him on loan, 6 weeks, play him before then, and hopefully like he can help out before he goes away. Yes, bring Aubameyang in on loan, let him go away for 6 weeks. Bring another striker in alongside of him before he leaves on to go away, so he picks up the pieces. Yeah, definitely. Aubameyang's a definite for me. What else have we got? Harry Kane talking about transfers. Yep. Callum Wilson's trending. You want Williams back? See, I would have said this. I said this good a few seasons ago now. Jetro Willems, I would have took him back when Rafa was at the club and things like that. I really would have took Willems back. I don't think I'd see him back now, just because I just don't think he's what we need anymore, as awful as it sounds. When we're getting linked with the likes of Digney and things like that, for me, Digney from Everton, we need to get him in. We need to sign him. Digney, definitely need to try and sign him. I don't know how they're going to convince him, but if they can sign him, that'd be great. Callum Wilson's trending. Has anything been mentioned about Wilson other than this? Wilson's going to be out for some time. Martial, definite fix to that issue. Newcastle's just going to be trending all this transfer window. This transfer window is going to be so exciting because all you're going to see everywhere is just Newcastle United trending everywhere. It really will be mental. Here comes all the memes as well. Letting go of Longstaff too. Though he could be class when better players come in too. I agree. He could be better, Longstaff. But it's just, if we're gonna go and sign crazy players like Ramsey, like Wijnaldum, will Longstaff make it into the team? Because you've got Shelby, 2, you've got Isaac Hayden, and 3, you've got Willock. There's got to be a lot of competition in there. So let's just count this out. You'd have Shelby, you got Hayden, you've got Willock, you've got Matty Longstaff because he's just come back. He's just been recalled. Then you have, say, if we get Ramsey and if we get Wijnaldum, for instance, that's 6 players. That's 6 players, not including Sean Longstaff himself. Obviously, Matty as well. Matty couldn't even get into Aberdeen's first team. That's why Matty Longstaff's come back. He'll not get into Newcastle's squad. I don't know if he'll stay in January. I think if anything, Matty Longstaff's going. I think he'll be one of them that they'll try and sell. If not sell, they'll try and loan him out of the Championship. Another one, Sean. He had that really, really good season 2 years ago. I think it was now. Now I would snap Manchester United's hand off for that money that they were going to pay for Sean back then. I think Sean Longstaff just is half the player he was. So yeah. I'm still shocked that Trippier hasn't been announced yet, though. I was expecting that to come out sooner rather than later. Let's go latest. I'm excited to see the team that they use against Cambridge, if I'm honest, because that'll be fun. Seeing what kind of team we use against Cambridge. When it comes to Aubameyang, though, I wouldn't look to try and sign him permanently. It has to be a loan. It's too much a risk to take him on permanent. The Carlos bid apparently has been turned down. Probably because they want 40 million for him. I've been refreshing transfer news for the last 3 hours. Yeah. I'm trying to stay off Sky Sports. That's why I've came to Twitter. The only issue with Twitter is you just get so many random posts that you can't even predict what they are going to be about, because it's all just going to be speculation at the moment. But yeah, soon as Trippier comes out and he's holding that Newcastle United shirt, Twitter's going to go mental. Yeah, this guy here. It's the guy I was going on about from Fiorentina. I think he's been like incredible or something in this area. I think Juventus wanted him and he didn't want to go to Juventus. Arsenal apparently wanted him and he's rejected Arsenal. I think this is the guy that said he wants more of a squad that's going through a what do you call it? A redevelopment stage sort of thing. I think that's what he said. He wants to go with a squad that's like building itself back up. How true that is, I think that's just me. That's just the papers doing what the papers do and just putting all the speculation out there. If we can get him, I mean, 70 million is just an intent of the owners, really. The owners just they're gonna. We always knew they were gonna throw money at us in January because it needs to have investment. But yeah, it's if we get him, it's incredible. It just shows how much the owners are willing to spend. Origi, if we got Origi for 19 million, I think that in itself is a steal, because I think Divock Origi, and could really be a really good signing for us. I think he's a no-brainer, if I'm totally honest. What's everyone else's thoughts? His buyout was 55 million. If that's this guy here, 55 million for him, do it. Do it. Honestly, do it. I think he's 21 years of age, mid-season, and he's got all them goals. Do it. Sign him. We need someone to compete for Wilson's spot, if I'm honest as well, if not play alongside of Wilson. For everyone in the chat, though, this is a question for everyone in the chat. I've seen this linked a lot. This in itself about Umtiti. Would you take him? Would you take him? Because I would. I really would. If I was totally honest, I'd send all my scouts to Barcelona right now and just tell them to look at all the players. Because Barcelona's going to be wanting money. The financial difficulties that they're in. I don't understand how they're managing to sign players still. But the financial difficulties that Barcelona are in, go in, try and buy their players. They're going to want to sell them, especially when they're on high wages. Linked with Carlos also, don't think he wants it. I know that I was reading something before, something about they offered 25 million. I think that was rejected. The 140, I think the one in the end, Sevilla. If we can get Carlos, Diego Carlos, if we can get him for 40 million, I think it's a steal. Same with Bottoman. I'd get him as well. But yeah. Buy Barca and swap players around. I mean, apparently they wanted to buy. Apparently they really wanted to buy. Whatchamacallit? AC Milan. So yeah. Yes, I am indeed. That is my name on Twitter. Right. So see, obviously, more things getting speculated. Aubameyang. I just can't wait to see Trippier in the black and white top. I really can't wait to see Kieran Trippier stood there with his black and white t-shirt. That was another one, Lloyd Kelly. We were linked with him. We used to go to studio together. That's you. I recognize you. Studio. I can't remember. Honestly. Brain is out there. It's gone. Brain's terrible. But yeah. Lloyd Kelly. Yeah. We were going on with him. Lloyd Kelly. I mean, backup. Backup option. Definitely. Backup. 6 some. Yeah. I know what you're on about. I do know what you're on about. I know what you're on about. Right. Let's have any more transfers that we need to be aware of. So, let's cover the bases. Links everywhere. That's all it's going to be. This is going to be links about everything everywhere. Newcastle United transfers. Everyone's going to just be releasing everything today. Well, if we can get Valahovic, I can't pronounce that name. Gonna have to Google translate that. That would be unreal. Totally agree. Yep. That would be insane. If we can get him, definitely. That'll be insane for us. I think it'd be a really, really good signing. Right. What else have we got? I don't think there is any more speculation. Gabriel Barbosa, he was another one, yeah. I think it was us and West Ham that wanted him. Barbosa, the only reason I know Barbosa, really, is Football Manager. Playing a lot of Football Manager, getting to know players. Gabriel Barbosa was one of those players you would always sign. And he would always turn into an absolute gem. Whether or not he's like that in real life, I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. I mean, I know every transfer out there is a risk because they're coming to the Premier League. They're going to test out paces and whatever. But Barbosa, he went to AC Milan, couldn't cut it out with Milan, and went back to Brazil. Wonder why 70, his buyout was 55. The only way he goes, the wages. I think if he's got a buyout of 55, the whole 70 million thing's probably just media speculation. But in regards to wages, you're going to have to spend about easily over 200 grand trying to convince someone like him to come into this club. Easily. Over 200 grand, very, very easily. That'll be what it is. Another one is Wijnaldum. Would anyone take Wijnaldum back? Because I would. What's everyone else's opinion on that one? Yeah, I agree. Definitely as well. I would take him. I'd take him back. I want to watch that video at some point. We'll just wait and see what that's about. Lingard. That's who we were linked this for. I think it was around December time as well. Lingard for that right-hand side. I would take Jesse Lingard just over the fact of how he played for West Ham. you seen how he went to West Ham and he played really well. I know you're gonna have one season wonders and things, but I would bring Jesse Lingard in. I think he'd really improve the side. If I'm honest, Lingard would really improve us. So yeah, Jesse Lingard, bring him in. Nothing more being said about Trippier though. I was hoping that it would get announced very soon, but doesn't appear to be the case. Well, hopefully by about 4 o'clock we see Trippier being announced, and we also get to understand what kind of players we're going to be signing by the end of this window. It's going to be very exciting times ahead for Newcastle. There is going to be more live streams like this. I'm just getting used to the whole live streaming on YouTube and things again. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, well, live stream video, where however you're watching it, it will go back up on YouTube as a video. Don't forget, leave a like, rating. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because why would you not want to miss out on videos that I'm bringing out on the channel? So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for everyone that tuned into the live stream of the day. Don't forget, check out Tickly TRX, the bespoke built gifts. That link will be down in the description as well. Get all your personalized stuff over there. And yeah, I'll see you in the next live stream. Thank you and goodbye.